Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Hand of Fate 2. Previous episode, we took on the Emperor Challenge, seeking out artifacts for the Empire. And in this episode, we'll be taking on the Hierophant. Discover which assassin seeks to kill Father Galfrey. Information comes at a cost, collect gold to use for bribes. Be prepared for dice games. Well, in that case, we're probably going to want to bring Kolbjorn along. Let's see, we're definitely going to need something that gives us gold. I imagine the Man of the World Platinum card reveals map encounters, so I'm going to pass on that. Let's go for Duel. I imagine that might get us some gold. Palace Armory. I know for a fact that's something about collecting collecting equipment, which we could in turn sell for gold. Market Thief, no, definitely not. Fame, Life and Max Life. Here we are, Arm Wrestling, that'll be good. Bridge Skirmish. Let's see. Cartographer could be good, but it only really pays out on the large maps. Innkeeper. That's for spending gold. No. Could, but it's not guaranteed. I'll take this because it's guaranteed that I'll gain gold. Same thing here. I'll also take the Old Maiden. No. Ooh, I can gain gold from this card too as well. Gaining fame. I know this one involves spending gold. I suppose I should at least take one new card. Now, because we are going up against thieves, it would recommend that we take light weapons. No heavy weapons. But it wouldn't be a bad idea to bring along some blades, especially the Exquisite Blade. We can sell that for a lot of money, or so I've been told. Don't really need armor. Though I believe Mercenary Garb has a special effect against thieves, so might not be a bad idea. I'll take the Gambler's Jewel. I believe that helps out with dice gambits, perhaps? Lord's Diadem, because it's new. Cardinal Blade, Humble Hammer, which actually becomes stronger the less famous you are. And I may as well take the Valiant Aegis. As for supplies, we can now bring along 2. So, yeah, why not make it food and Brigand Blades? Alright, with that, let's get going. Oops, wrong button.
In better times, it would have been my card here. The guardian of knowledge and the protector of the gates of life and death. Now Callus sits that throne, and miscreants assume the position. I do not know what the usurper Callus has done with the game. He will have made changes, that is certain. How these changes will impact, I know not. I have tried to anticipate him here as I train you. I have built as many different scenarios as I can muster. You must be ready when we arrive.
With Malacalypse's encouragement, what's a few murders in the grand scheme of things? You find yourself set opposite the opulently dressed leader of the Thieves Guild. Or one of the leaders. It's a shadowy organization. He takes a sip of wine and leans back to savor the taste. I am scheduled to be assassinated. The new assassin has been determined, and so the tale begins. Yes, every time you play through this scenario, the assassin is a different individual. I believe the suspect is one of my own. With a subtle nod, he indicates a bearded man, a woman with red hair, and a man with gray eyes. Orden, Rowena, and Grindon, my 3 personal silencers. One of them left me this note, I am sure. When the red candle's flame burns out on his last evening at the Mulberry Inn, the false priest will have his sins appeased. Points out the red candle upon the fireplace. The assassin favors theatrics over secrecy, it seems. Find the assassin and do what... to do that, you will likely need gold. Thieves will tell you anything for gold. Now, our secondary goal is to get all 19 clues. I'm not sure if they've changed the costs in the final version, but when I played through successfully, I needed a little over 120 gold to get through this. Let's see, ask who he is exactly. I am known as Father Galfrey, though it's not my true name, of course. I keep track of accounts in this region. Now, ask him everything you can. These count as clues. And, here's the thing, you can trust each and every single thing that Father Galfrey tells you. No, it was left for me at this inn. Yes, seen that one. See, Borden is the eldest in my employ. A simple, nervous kind of man. I highly doubt that he would have the heart nor the finesse to assassinate me, unless he has hidden his true nature all this time. Let's see, spill more truth when drunk. Good to know. Rowena has been one of my silencers for as long as I've been in this position, and that is a very long time indeed. I asked that she infiltrate the 3rd Legion of the Imperial Army and eliminate their captain. She did so, of course, as efficient as anything. I suspect that she is only truly loyal to gold, but she is quite a valuable asset to the guild, so it would be a shame if she intends to assassinate me. 5 clues already, and we're not even done talking to him. I know very little of Grindon. I hired him in the last town, a skilled killer. He's prone to making the most preposterous claims, many of which are untrue. I'd be wary of his exaggerations, even if he isn't the assassin, especially when he's had too much to drink, too much wine. Alright, 7 clues already, 12 more to go. Find the assassin for me. To do that, you will likely need gold, yes, yes. And with that, he waves you away and you retire to bed, wondering how Malacalypse talked you into this. Yeah, I'm wondering that too.
Thus we see the contempt the Empire holds your kind in.
A careless comment in an Imperial tavern gains you some unwanted attention. Soldier approaches. A variety of commendations are pinned to his military jacket. "What's this filthy mercenary doing in here?" he asks loudly, sizing you up with contempt. "Coin slaves like you are nothing more than undisciplined thugs. Nobody cares for your outrageous claims of heroism." Let's see. Repulse 25 thieves. Oh well, this isn't going to do me much good against steel. "You think you know how to handle that thing, do you?" he continues, gesturing at your weapon. "I am Cassius, the finest swordsman in my company. Would you like to prove your mettle against a real warrior? Or are goblins and the corrupted the limit of your talents? I accept your duel." Just one man, after all. I can handle that. Very drunk. Captains wear armor that dulls standard attacks. Use bash to break their armor. Yeah, much like the Terror of Blight, these guys need to be bashed before you can do any real damage to them. Unfortunately, unlike a Terror, they won't be completely stunned while you bash away at their armor. Must be some good stuff. Come on, that all you got? I could have kept going. Enough! I don't have time for this nonsense. Tavern crowd cheers your victory, and the tales of your battle are told and retold, your prowess growing with each telling. Well, unfortunately, that didn't help much in the way of acquiring gold. What do I have to sell? Yeah, 4 gold. That's not going to help much. I can't really afford to be spending anything.
A game of chance or two, perhaps.
Beside a busy Empire Road, you spy a ramshackle stall, whereupon a few ramshackle people are seated on stools rolling dice. You approach the stall, and behind the table is a little girl practicing on a poorly tuned violin. Beside her waits a squat lady clad in a flowery apron. Welcome, have a seat. Do try the spice cakes. I baked them this morning. There's a shout of victory as a grubby pauper further down the table wins a small pile of gold. Let's play some dice. How much are you looking to bet? These are our rates today. Let's bet 10. Remember, Poppet, it's double or nothing. Berta hands you 3 well-worn dice. If your third roll is the highest, you'll win enough to buy your sweetheart something from the market. That's an easy target to reach.
Back to the bones. I hope you have learned to be their master.
Roll higher than 13 on your third and final roll. Yeah.
A win here sets the tone for your challenge.
This is your last roll. Okay, come on. I can do this. Okay, that's as high as it's gonna get. These are as low as they're gonna get. Yes, I will accept the die, because I'm only 1 off. 4. Congratulations, dear. You have won 20 gold with your original bet of 10 gold. Oh boy. Still need more. Okay, good. It seems to me that the lower you roll, the easier it'll be. Come on. Yes! One more game. One more game. Ooh, that's a high roll. Okay, that's not too high. I can still beat that with just 3 die. Excellent. 40 gold. With a dull tinkle, Berta rings a small rusted handbell. Time to go home. She hands out the rest of her baked goods, and the rough patrons wander off sadly. Okay, that was a good run.
Once again, we return to the inn, seeking clues to save a life. When we look into memories, so many things are left unsaid and clouded. Why this life? Why this inn?
You got me, dealer. You enter the Mulberry Inn and find Father Galfrey at his usual table by the fireplace. You sit down across from him. He scratches some numbers on one of many rolls of paper strewn across the table, then glances up at you. 3 days until the assassin comes for me. 3 suspects. How apt. 3 days to uncover the liar. Would you like to follow one of my silencers on a job? Trading trust for information? Pay for it if you must. Why would an underling want to kill you? We all covet gold. That is why we are in this business, no? If somebody has paid a high price for my head, then there is little I can do. He considers his wine for a moment. I'd imagine the assassin is more inclined towards lying. If you can root out the liar, you will uncover the assassin too. Gallifrey said that the assassin will always lie regardless of their personality. Let's go on a job with Borden. Borden is going to pick up some lamps from shipwrecked port that have been, let's say, repossessed from their owners. You know,
surely have a liking for strange bedfellows. Here you are helping thieves challenge thieves, without a thought for their ultimate victims.
You note the meeting point on your map and retire for the night. Ah, perfect. Your opponent in the third round is Parlee, the brass hag. She touts herself as a fearsome pirate, but needs the money from this competition to get herself a boat. Ooh, here's hoping I can get this. Ah, just a little higher. Oh. Well, what do I get? 10 gold is better than no gold. Really wishing I had.
One should always keep an eye on their belongings, lest little hands find idle work.
Wish I'd had Kolbjorn for that. With a snap, you feel something being yanked off your person. You turn to see a few goblins running away, giggling and pointing at you. With no time to check what was stolen, you rush after the thieving devils. Beat the goblins before they blow their horn and escape. Some highwaymen emerge from the bushes to protect the goblins. Thieves Guild. Now, I highly recommend focusing on the goblins first. You can actually end up getting more gold coming out of this than you do going into it. Even with what they've stolen, which apparently is my blades. There will ever be a place for small hands and quick wits. Defeat goblins quickly to avoid using to avoid losing your items for good. Thieves attack more frequently while goblins are alive, to protect the spoils. Now, the one without a sack is probably the one who has the blades. But I'm gonna focus on these guys first. Okay, that one's dead. Okay, Kolbjorn can keep these guys distracted while I go after the goblins. Fight through the pain, fight through the pain. Of course, that doesn't mean I shouldn't dodge. Okay, now that they're gone, I can focus on the anarchists. Not that Kolbjorn wasn't doing a good job of that. So even when the timer runs out, at least in my experience, it's not over yet because they still have to get to their portal. If you can stop them from doing that, then you're golden. You take back your brigand's blades from the unconscious goblin. As soon as you do, with a sputter, the goblin in question awakes and flips away from you, giggling, and escapes into the forest. So goblins are colluding with the Thieves Guild now. Thugs defeated, you search their bodies for valuables. Lord's Diadem. Stun Blast. Defeat a corrupted enemy to cause a short stun to nearby enemies. Reduces the speed of precision gambits. I don't think I'm going to be facing any of those, so I'll take the Cardinal Blade. Health Potion. No gold. Okay. And no, I'm not going to return to the Mulberry Inn. Not my contact yet.
Do what you can to find more food.
Suddenly, a tree falls across your path, blocking the way. Weapons bristle from the trees around you, their wielders' faces obscured by the undergrowth. I'm not gonna give them all your gold. All my gold? I need that. Attack the cowardly band for daring to threaten you. Golbjorn's down. I don't want to risk him not being up when I finish this, so best to revive him while I can. Should have spent less time spinning and more time stabbing. See, with the coward subdued, thugs plead for their lives. Give me your spoils. Not what I was hoping for. What's this? Add +2 to your final score during dice gambits. Very useful. Stun defense. Tight pockets. That would be useful, but I'm just one short. I mean, I'm specifically going to be facing dice gambits, so I'll take the Gambler's Jewel.
This piece has passed through more than a few hands. Every gambler loses eventually, even when the deck is stacked in their favor.
Yeah, ain't that the truth?
Assassins. I have little love for them. Less still for the criminal guilds that fill the cities these days. Bankers, thieves, assassins, merchants, kings. Each tries to use their power to control those around them.
You travel to Shipwreck Port by wagon. You ride in relative silence until Borden turns to you and asks quite seriously, "What do you think of the boss?" Quite proud to be working under such a great man. Borden smiles when he hears your answer. Borden trusts you a little more. At the port, you are approached by a pirate bearing a load of stolen lamps. Borden goes to give him a sack of gold, presumably payment. The unusually pale pirate shakes his head. No, he pulls out a rusty bucket and his sword. I want blood. Theirs. Borden looks at you expectantly, as if you shouldn't protest. Fine. Ow. Ow. And ow. Honestly, the max life is the one that hurts the most. You retrieve the crates of stolen lamps and pile them onto the wagon before setting off. When you arrive at the drop-off point, Borden is seized with sudden emotion. I'm sorry I asked you to give blood. I'm a terrible person, aren't I? Let's try and comfort him.
The pendulum is ever-changing, and the challenges it presents change too.
Borden trusts you considerably less. Oh. Ask about his favorite food. I don't know if I should be telling you that sort of thing. Fine.
Back to the bones. I hope you have learned to be their master.
Oh, blackberry tart, or maybe apple tart. Oh, there's a specific question I have to ask him about. I believe it's about his family.
Well done. You continue to impress.
Yes, I have a beautiful wife. It's difficult to see her as I travel on jobs so often. I believe that is the... See, when you meet them, there's one specific question you have to ask them in order to get another clue. His family is his. You wonder how much Borden has told you today is a lie.
Good. Take this chance to review the clues you have learned so far.
Thieves Guild, hey? Even the good ones are turning to the guild. Oh well, I don't have much of a choice. Especially when it comes to getting food. Anything I can sell? Sell the Brigand Blades. Probably not going to get the token for that. Alright, let's break camp. You enter the Mulberry Inn and find Father Galfrey at his usual table by the fireplace. The numbers on many rolls. I hope the job with Borden was fruitful today. You are not dead with a knife in your back, so I presume yes. It would be prudent to review what my silencers have said when you have a quiet moment. Perhaps you'll catch a lie in the process. Ooh. Now, if you talk to him about your goblin problem, he will give you a ring that Only once the goblins will take instead of anything else, but I don't mind dealing with them. Alright, let's go on a job with Rowena. Rowena has been tasked with kidnapping a child of Lady Fielding as they journey to the capital. Alright, there's the meeting point. So let's explore everywhere else, get as much gold as we can. Good thing I already have a sword equipped. Now, it's just trappers and a shaman, so shouldn't be too much of a problem. Oh, come on, that didn't even hit her. Go, Bjorn. You didn't do anything? Go, Bjorn. Fine. I can handle these guys myself anyways. Why'd he glitch out like that? I mean, it doesn't matter because I can handle them myself, but still. Ooh, that gold would be nice. But food is also good. Definitely not. Mineral store, huh? Much as I'd love to, I need the gold elsewhere. Though at the very least I know what the next 4 cards I can get are. And I forget it, I'm selling these brigand blades. But I'm keeping the others. Oh, yes. No amount of gold will satisfy a mortal. Yes, yes, I know, I know. The thing is, I need this gold. More goblins. Ah, hell. They stole my cardinal blade. And all I've got is these rusty blades to take them out with. But so be it. You're not getting away from me that easily, you little goblin. Focus on killing the goblins, then you can pick up the gold. Where's the rest of it? Was that it? That wasn't too bad, though I imagine if I went up against regular greed cards, it would have been much more difficult. Wait, what? Slower spin. I gained some food and some life back, though not all bad. I'm probably going to finish off with this last encounter and then call it there for today. because I don't think I'll be able to finish it in the next 10 minutes. You and Rowena need not travel far before finding a gilded carriage trundling along an imperial road. The carriage is protected by a contingent of guards. Beat all enemies before the timer ends to impress Rowena. That's what it is. Ah, hell, phalanx. Let me get my villager's axe out. I'll probably take out the musket first, just to save myself some time. I do have Kolbjorn and Rowena helping, but I'm not sure how much help they're going to be. Especially against phalanx. Oh, I'm impressed. They actually made some custom, God, what's the price I'm looking for? Meshes, I guess? Meshes and textures? Because I recall in earlier preview builds that they just look like your standard thief. Also, it seems as though I have a lot more time to take these guys out. Alright, a minute left to take out the phalanx. Come on, I know I can do this. Come on. Okay, last guy. Whew. I was never able to pull that off in the preview builds. Rowena is impressed by your efficient fighting skills. I don't know if I'd call it that. She trusts you a little more. You open the carriage door to see a woman dressed in silks and gems clutching her son. Please, take this gold. He's just a child. Without a second thought, Rowena pockets the heavy pouch of coins from the weeping mother and closes the door on them. It's foolish to be loyal to anything but gold. I trust you agree with me? Of course. Now let's see. I believe in her case we need to ask her about her past. I joined the guild after I murdered the captain of the 3rd Legion. Favorite food? Roasted apple. Family. When you think of him, he sits in finery counting coins. I expect he will do so until the day he dies. I wouldn't trust him so much. He is in a guild of thieves, just like us after all. Alright. So, she may or may not be the assassin because first time through she told me 7th Legion when it was in fact 3rd Legion, and everything Galfrey tells you is the truth. Well, with that, guys, we've come to an end for this episode. Will we find the assassin? Will we save Father Galfrey? Or will he become another victim of the guild's greed? Tune in next time to find out. If you like what you see, please leave a like, subscribe for future content, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching.